2023 witnessed the closure of over 120,000 bakeries in China. Prominent Chinese actor Gao, who now works as a food delivery driver, confirmed by netizens. U.S. intelligence reports CCP missiles filled with water instead of fuel. CCP's rocket force faces rumors of demoralization. Over half of junior officers seek career change. Will the CCP shift to a social democratic party? It's all covered in today's China Truths. 2023 witnessed the closure of over 120,000 bakeries in China. Data from China Red Meal shows that as of October 2023, 120,100 bakery stores had closed and 122,000 had opened. At the same time, 2 yuan, about 28 cents, bakeries have suddenly emerged. A report titled 2023 Meituan In-Store Catering Category Report, Insights into the Post-Pandemic Development and Changes of the Baking Industry revealed that out of Meituan's top 100 baking merchants in 2019, 39 had gone out of business by 2023, and 32 had reduced their number of stores, including well-known baking brands. The old baking brand Christine was at risk of closing all its stores in 2023 and sold its properties to pay off its debts. It was still very popular 2 years ago. As of December 29, 2023, there were only 7 stores left. The flagship stores of online channels such as Yin, Pinduoduo, VIP Shop, and Do have also been closed. In another case, the new Chinese bakery brand Dianjinshi has received 2 rounds of financing within a year, then disappeared from public view. Even internet-famous bakeries that were once thriving lost their appeal. In February 2023, Ong's Cake, a high-end brand in Shenzhen, closed all its stores. In May, Lenter French Pastry, known as the ceiling of the French dessert world, closed its last mainland China store, and in July, Shanghai's popular Dicca Bakery shut down after only a few months of operation. The market is like this, and investors are also less interested in bakeries. Kichacha data shows that the number of financings in the baking industry in 2023 were only 12, which is almost half compared to 22 in 2022, and the publicly disclosed financing amount was less than 1/3 of that in 2022. Meituan statistics show that the average survival time of Chinese bakery stores is 32 months, 57.7% of stores fail within 2 years, and only 23.8% of bakery stores can survive for more than 4 years. Amidst the decline of bakery shops, a wave of 2 yuan bakeries has taken advantage and begun to flourish from October 2023 across China, including both smaller cities and first-tier cities like Beijing and Guangzhou, becoming increasingly branded and chained. The reason why bakery shops continue to collapse is that on the one hand, high-end bakery brands have higher store location, decoration and other costs, and their product prices are also expensive. In addition, with the decline of China's economy, people's income has begun to decline, and consumption has tended to be rational and pragmatic. According to Sino Weibo, a survey on how much money can you accept for bread, the results showed that among 344,000 netizens, more than 90% of netizens chose within 10 yuan and 10 to 20 yuan. In 2023, topics about bread becoming increasingly expensive, such as a monthly salary of 10,000 yuan cannot afford bread and a loaf of bread is more expensive than a meal, became trending searches. One netizen expressed their confusion, stating that they don't understand why these baked goods are so costly. It's simply fermented flour with limited nutritional value, and they won't consume it. Another netizen remarked, food and beverage retail, these industries are too expensive. Prominent Chinese actor Gao, who now works as a food delivery driver, confirmed by netizens. Shortly after New Year's Day in 2024, a netizen in Beijing had an encounter with mainland Chinese actor Gao Hu on the streets. Gao Hu, who had retired from the entertainment industry years ago, has now turned to a new profession as a food delivery writer. The video's uploader, also a food delivery writer, said that Gao Hu has already completed the employment procedures for this specific food delivery platform. The captured footage shows Gao Hu wearing the uniform of a specific food delivery platform, sporting a yellow helmet, and seamlessly blending in with other food delivery riders. The decision of a former male actor to transition into a food delivery rider has surprised and saddened many netizens. Some left comments questioning whether Gao Hu had genuinely taken up food delivery, and they received affirmative responses. Gao Hu was once a prominent mainland Chinese actor who graduated from the Central Academy of Drama. In 2001, Gao Hu gained recognition for his performance in the historical legendary drama The Legend of Lu Bue, as well as for his roles in various other films, including his portrayal of Yang Ji in the costume drama Water Margin. In 2008, he was honored with the prestigious Golden Pie Award for being the most beloved digital film actor at the first mobile newspaper Film Enthusiast Awards. However, in 2014, Gao Hu faced a significant setback in his career when he was arrested for drug use. Despite being released later and offering a public apology, the label of a fallen artist has continued to shadow him. His acting career came to an abrupt halt, and even the films in which he had previously starred were edited to remove his presence. U.S. intelligence reports CCP missiles filled with water instead of fuel. A shocking news story from mainland China has been making headlines in Western media recently, related to a severe corruption situation within the CCP's rocket force and the broader defense industrial base. In detail, Bloomberg reports on January 6, citing sources familiar with U.S. intelligence, that this corruption has reportedly compromised missile fuel quality, with allegations of missiles being filled with water instead of fuel. In a related issue, many missile silos in Western China are deemed ineffective due to defective silos covers, making missile launches impossible. According to U.S. evaluations, such widespread corruption within the CCP's military apparatus, particularly in the rocket force, has significantly weakened its overall effectiveness. U.S. officials assess that this degradation in capability makes significant CCP military maneuvers less likely in the near future. The crisis in the quality of Chinese missiles and essential military equipment has dealt a severe blow to Xi Jinping, compelling him to initiate a purge within the military ranks. Signs point to an extensive cleanup operation by CCP authorities within their military forces, with the rocket force being a primary target. In the last 6 months, reports indicate the arrest of over a dozen high-ranking officers. Speculation is rife that the wrath of CCP leader, Xi Jinping, towards his subordinates might be due to discovered deficiencies in the rocket force's equipment or deployment strategies. Dennis Wilder, a former CIA analyst specializing in China, remarked on social media platform X, the implications of this U.S. assessment for the CCP military's readiness and overall strength are significant. Consider the scenario where the country's main deterrent, its nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles, are non-operational, alongside the challenge of 300 new and faulty silo covers. Isn't this situation akin to a nightmare? CCP's rocket force faces rumors of demoralization. Over half of junior officers seek career change. Amid the shocking rumors circulating about the missile forces of the CCP, former Chinese Navy Colonel Yao Cheng has disclosed that as the CCP's rocket force and the entire defense industrial base face scrutiny due to widespread corruption, morale within the rocket force has deteriorated. More than 50% of junior officers in the rocket force have filed reports seeking career transitions, signaling a decline in morale. In addition to some rocket projectiles filled with water, Yao furthermore disclosed that missile silo covers in strategic missile launch facilities had been neglected for years, rendering them unable to open. Shockingly, leaks of classified information persisted, and the inspection report itself was obtained by the United States. Yao Cheng remarked that he has verified these two issues with his contacts in China, and they do indeed exist. All these scandals have prompted Xi Jinping to undertake a cleanse of its military. However, independent commentator Kai Shenkuan said that corruption within the CCP's military extends far beyond these issues. Nearly every department and field is deeply embroiled in corruption, with promotions within the military officer ranks often requiring substantial financial investments unless one has influential connections. For individuals lacking such connections, career advancement often entails embracing and participating in a system of buying promotions with money. For an extended period, a culture of corruption, including extravagant spending on Maotai liquor and entertainment, was prevalent within the military. The shocking corruption was rampant in the procurement of materials for various research and development projects, as well as in daily expenditures. For instance, in the case of land reclamation and island building in the South China Sea a few years ago, there was a substantial gap between the budget and actual expenses, with at least tens of billions diverted into private pockets. Numerous similar examples abound. Kai Shunquan remarked, Xi Jinping's efforts to purge corrupt military leaders may have some deterrent effect, but the results have been limited because regardless of who comes to power, they are likely to repeat the same mistakes, particularly within the military. The concept of loyalty is based on personal interests, and without personal gain, there can be no loyalty. Xi Jinping does not understand the military, caught in an ambush on all sides. In Mao's era, the CCP had a system of appointing officials known as the 5 Lakes and 4 Seas, recognizing various power centers, and all these power centers were accommodated, with everyone sharing in the distribution of official positions and benefits. The phrase 5 Lakes and 4 Seas is a historical Chinese idiom representing a broad and inclusive gathering or unity, symbolizing encompassing everything under the heavens. However, under Xi's continuous purges, almost all these power centers have been dismantled, creating enemies everywhere. Observers believe that the military itself is a conservative and closed interest group, with unique views on honor and loyalty, valuing power centers, achievements, charisma, and mentoring relationships. Military reform is considered the most challenging among all reforms, and even the CCP's military newspaper indirectly warned that deep-seated military reforms could lead to turmoil. Yao Qing emphasized that the military is naturally structured this way. However, the current party leader, referring to Xi Jinping, is causing chaos as he pursues a warlike stance without understanding the military. Yao stated, as a military commander, your prestige comes from military achievements and your courage and concern for soldiers, as they are willing to sacrifice for you. She now treats the military as an enemy and quickly arrests individuals within. Yao said that she is very foolish. Xi Jinping has appointed 2 naval staff officers, one as the commander of the rocket force and the other as the Minister of National Defense, an unprecedented move in history. Being a soldier doesn't matter, they will return home after a few years. Yao Qing explained that if someone becomes a division commander, the next step is promotion to a corps commander, but there is no hope for further advancement. He believes that she is not appointing talent but servants and has offended a significant number of people. Yao also revealed that there is widespread dissent within the military, with over 80% of officers at the division level and above wanting to remove Xi. Soldiers, he noted, are different from civilians, as they have a strong sense of honor and do not yield to pressure. But Xi doesn't understand this, he is really asking for trouble. Yao predicted that she won't last for 3 years, given the current situation where she's being surrounded on all sides. Everyone has encircled him and is prepared to remove him. Will the CCP shift to a social democratic party? In the current state of turmoil, Xi Jinping's actions have generated hostility and resentment across the board, sparking anger among people from all walks of life. Furthermore, reports from Australian scholar Yuan Hongbing suggest that the second-generation Reds, led by Liu Yuan, the son of former CCP President Liu Shaoqi, are reportedly plotting to overthrow Xi Jinping and establish a new political party, namely the Social Democratic Party. This development begs the question, how probable is it that the CCP could undergo a transformation into a social democratic party? During an episode of the Elite Forum program on NTD television, Ms. Guijun, chief editor of Epoch Times' Chinese version, elucidated that China's reform and opening up over the past 2 decades can be viewed as a process in which high-ranking CCP families and officials at various levels have, to some extent, leveraged their power for personal gain. A significant portion of China's wealth is concentrated among the families of over 200 high-ranking CCP officials who have effectively monopolized leading businesses across different industries. The CCP's reform can be seen as a mechanism for leveraging power, involving collaboration between Wall Street capital and Chinese officials, as well as market-savvy intermediaries like Xiao Jianhua. This pattern is observed across various models. Xi Jinping's approach involves targeting these intermediaries, indirectly seizing their assets, and obstructing their path to sustained wealth. Furthermore, the current economic downturn has resulted in substantial financial losses for many, with some facing bankruptcy. This has fueled significant discontent among princelings and influential families, who believe that Xi Jinping, as the current leader, should allow them to accumulate wealth, considering the collective efforts involved in nation building. Consequently, there is widespread dissatisfaction. Another critical development is the negation of two fundamental pillars of China's reform and opening up. Firstly, Deng Xiaoping's path of reform and opening up has been replaced by a new approach reminiscent of the Cultural Revolution. Secondly, relations with the United States have deteriorated to the point where the U.S. is perceived as the primary adversary. As China's economy teeters on the brink of collapse, princelings and those with close ties to power perceive a decline in the nation's fortunes and a diminishing prospect of future wealth. Therefore, regarding the potential transformation of the CCP into a social democratic party, it is believed that the princelings may aspire to undertake such a transformation. However, the extent to which they have pursued this objective remains uncertain. Qin Pokong, speaking at the Elite Forum, highlighted that the transformation of the Chinese Communist Party into a social democratic party is not an implausible notion, it hinges on which faction gains ascendancy. During periods when reformists held sway, such as the era of Hu Yaobang and Zhao Ziyang, the passing or retirement of elderly politicians and the actual empowerment of figures like Hu Yaobang and Zhao Ziyang could have made such a transformation conceivable. Historical examples, such as the changes in the Soviet Union, Eastern Europe, and Taiwan, demonstrate that such transformations are possible. Qin Pokong further emphasized that societal change can manifest in various directions. Change from the bottom up may involve popular uprisings and color revolutions. Conversely, top-down change may occur when those at the helm engage in reforms and divisions, akin to what transpired in the former Soviet Union, Eastern Europe, and Taiwan, where political party bans were lifted and leaders responded to calls for reform. Presently, the likelihood of top-down change is minimal due to the dominance of far-left, reactionary, and radical elements in power, while reformists are marginalized. The 20th Congress was marked by a power struggle, with reformists represented by Li Keqiang, Wang Yang, and the faction led by Hu Chunhui losing ground. Currently, the Xi faction and remnants of the Jiang, Zemin, faction are in control, diminishing the prospects for top-down change. However, unforeseen events, such as coups, mutinies, internal strife, or even Xi Jinping's sudden demise or serious illness, could lead to significant political upheaval. These are potential scenarios that cannot be discounted in the future and may result from Xi Jinping's overreaching and pushing the limits of his authority. These are possibilities that cannot be ruled out in the future. Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. If you find the information helpful, please share this video with a friend to watch together. This will be a great source of motivation for our team to produce more and more quality and reliable videos. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths. Thank you for tuning in.